Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. And of course, I mentioned earlier, Dan Young is co-hosting with me this week, filling in for Papa Albert Roberts as he still recovers from shoulder surgery. Hope you're doing okay, Papa.
Hi, Papa.
I know you are.
Can't wait to have you back, I'll tell you what. You put me through heck here, I tell you.
I know, it's terrible, I tell you. And we're joined by Matthew Dupay and also Jim Crabtree, who
Howdy.
is the director of the play Front Page News.
That's right.
That's
Yes.
the play you've been performing in for the last few years, Dan, in Dayton.
I've had
correct?
the honor and the privilege of performing. You know, what's really neat as an actor, for one, working with an outstanding director like Jim Crabtree.
Yeah.
But also performing the piece in the exact building where it took place. The actual event
Well, that's
took
pretty
place.
cool. That is. That is.
But Jim, why don't you give the folks out in TV land a brief synopsis of what it's all about and just anything else you'd like to
And
discuss.
how long have you been doing this particular
This is the
play?
fourth summer for
Okay.
Front Page News
Okay.
as a play with music. The folks at the Scopes Festival, and Front Page News is part of a weekend-long festival that involves music on the courthouse lawn and food and a good time and on the courthouse lawn. And the play takes place in the courtroom, inside the courthouse, in the original courtroom that was built in 1891 and that became famous in 1925 when the Scopes trial happened in Dayton, Tennessee, and the world came to see it.
They did, didn't they?
They really did. They really did. And it's known as the world's first media circus.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because
Right,
there
monkeys.
were newspapers from all over the country and some from around the world, and it was also the first public event that was broadcast live on radio. Right. WGN brought their microphones down to Dayton, Tennessee in 1925 and set them up in the courtroom.
No.
We have replicas of those microphones that'll be on the stage.
Wow.
And that was,
awesome,
yeah,
you know?
it was the
pretty
first real major world media event.
Put Dayton, Tennessee on the map, didn't it?
Yes, it put Dayton on the map. It put Dayton on the map, but it also created a lot of misunderstanding about Dayton.
That it did.
Because a lot of the northern reporters and big city reporters tended to lean a little bit against the rural folks and the traditional Christian folks in Dayton. And there was a lot of misunderstanding about when the play and the movie Inherit the Wind was created and became popular. That's based on the trial, but it's historically,
Oh, really?
it's fictionalized in places.
Right.
In fact, the role that Matthew plays, John Scopes, is given a girlfriend in Inherit the Wind, which Matt might appreciate.
There you go, buddy.
And,
there you go.
And
Makes it
I
better.
gotta get both of you guys here.
and there's a preacher who is the father of the defendant's girlfriend, and that makes for good entertainment, but it's not historically accurate. It's not historically accurate, and they took some liberties with the trial transcript.
Yes, they did.
The difference, Matt, jump in here, is our production is historically accurate.
It is, okay. That's
And it also uses hymns and music of the region and of the period, and it also has original music about the event written by Nashville top 5 songwriter Bobby Taylor, who has been a colleague of mine at the Cumberland County Playhouse in our resident company off and on for years. He grew up in Crossville, and Bobby and I have written Front Page News together based upon a script by Deborah Harbin. Bobby's written the original music, and I've written some original lyrics with him. And we have adapted it from a straight play that was created about 5 or 10 years ago before the Scopes Festival, that they commissioned it from Deb Harbin, who is a Tennessee playwright now living in New England. And we adapted it in order to bring the music of the church and the music of the region into the show, to give it context. How do you think that works, Matt?
Well, it's an interesting take on it. I've enjoyed it. It's my first year being involved with the production, so I'm interning this year. But Jim's given me some great opportunities, and yeah, you can really tell how, especially the actors that have been involved, I know, take to heart the issues that are being talked about, and want to present those in the most
best way possible.
Yeah, the best way possible, exactly.
And in a historically accurate way. We really strive for that. Tom Davis is the director of the Scopes Festival, and he gave me a call about 4 years ago saying he had lost his director. And so
that's where you come into
well, I came down and talked to them, and I had done it here at the Wynn 4 times. But I didn't know as much as I know now about the actual history of the Scopes trial.
Okay, Jim, let me break in.
Learn a lot from it, I'm sure.
Okay. You were producing director at the Cumberland Playhouse for what, 35 years?
About.
35 years. You directed at the Cumberland Playhouse and here at the Wynn 4 times.
Yeah, altogether.
This is the fourth?
One time was in Nashville at the Nashville Children's Theater.
Okay. And this is the 4th year for Front Page News.
That's right.
Okay, now, you're an intern, Matt, at Cumberland Playhouse. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did you graduate from Bryan yet, or?
I just finished my freshman year, so I'll be a sophomore at Bryan College next year.
Okay. Now, ladies, I want to tell you, both these young men are single. Okay?
Wait a minute, I'm not single.
Oh, yeah. But
Annie my wife is the music director.
she's great.
I am really not single. I need her every day.
Okay,
Cut that out, Dan.
Okay, Jim, I just wanted to clarify that. Jim, as I said before, was producing director at Cumberland Playhouse for 35 years, folks. His father was the gentleman, along with a couple of banks, is my understanding, that actually started the Playhouse.
Well, my father and my mother and the community. My father was a Broadway professional. My mother and he met in the national tour of a comedy directed by the great George Abbott called Kiss and Tell. And
I thought you weren't supposed to do that.
yeah, and they met in that, and my father's career took off when he was cast as the first replacement for Will Parker. Everything's up to date in Kansas City, in Oklahoma, with Rodgers and Hammerstein on Broadway.
Great piece.
And my mother's career was deferred and was intermittent because I came along a little too quick for her career. And she then had 6 more children over the years. But she did a lot of acting in between her pregnancies, and then she took over running the Cumberland County Playhouse when my father went to create all the live shows for Opryland in the early 70s.
Okay, wasn't your father a writer for the Donna Reed show?
No, he wrote for the Loretta Young show.
Really?
Yeah. Before we moved to Crossville in 1963, which is my mother's ancestral home. We go back 3 generations there. He was writing for Loretta Young on the coast in California. And he directed a couple of her shows in that series, and he was in a couple.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, let's talk about Front Page News.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I do that, but you know that.
What's that?
I get sidetracked.
You, Dan? Yeah. Oh, you couldn't possibly get sidetracked.
He went from getting me and Matthew hitched to single ladies to the Donna Reed show to
and he's got
whatever else.
And he's got me single, and I'm going to be in trouble.
Sorry, Annie. I'll be a watch this.
All right.
I didn't mean anything. She's great, by the way.
So when is Front Page News?
Yes, let's talk about that.
Tell us all about that.
It's going to be at the Ray County Courthouse, correct?
That's right. It is a reenactment of the historic trial and the media circus that surrounded the historic trial. It's known as the world's first media circus.
Yeah, and until you said that, I've never heard it referred to as that.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
And
Now we're being top.
it was covered all over the world, and it was covered on the radio. Give us the dates of the performances, Matt.
All right. We open July 14th at 7:30. And then we have performances July 15th at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m., July 16th at 2:30 p.m., July 22nd at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. as well, and then July 23rd at 2 p.m., and those are all Eastern times. So.
And on the first weekend is when the festival is, and there's lots of outdoor activity. I understand they're going to be dedicating a statue to Clarence Darrow on Friday, first day of the festival, to stand opposite the big statue of William Jennings Bryan that's on the courthouse lawn.
Really?
And
They were the
that's
two
the
lead
first week
attorneys.
of the show?
yeah, they're the two lead attorneys.
Leading attorneys, okay.
Right. But there were also very important Tennessee attorneys, like what's the name of that fellow you played?
John Neal.
John Neal.
Started TVA.
Right. He was a very important Tennessee attorney, and we actually have a couple of folks in the show whose family was close to John Neal. They're
Still close.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but Front Page News is a play with music. It's got all the excitement of the monkey trial itself. It's also got hymns and original music, and it tells the story of how Dayton got, I guess I would say how Dayton got characterized by the trial. And it stars the people, not in the best light, and it stars the people of Dayton. And the people of Dayton open the show today, in the modern times, and then in the middle of the first song, they change hats and change props and go back into 1925 as the people of Dayton 1925, and they take on all the roles in the play. Dan goes from a citizen of Dayton in 1925 to this prestigious Tennessee lawyer.
Right.
John R. Neal, who actually had his own law school in Knoxville.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was very. And the other interesting figure is, you've heard the Johnny Cash song. You know that song. What is that song?
A Boy Named Sue.
The Boy Named Sue.
My favorite.
Right. Well, there really was a boy named Sue, and he was named Sue Hicks, and he was a really crackerjack attorney in Dayton. And Sue Hicks,
Must have hated him.
no, he was named for his mother, who died in childbirth as he was being born.
Oh, gosh.
So he
Well,
carried
that's
that name with great pride all his life, and I suspect anybody that teased him about that name had better look out.
And you know they did, I'm sure.
Yeah, but he would prosecute them if he, you know. I don't, but he could have. I don't know that for a fact. But anyway, it's a slice of history in Tennessee, which is always a favorite subject of mine. What's your experience been with Front Page News, Matthew?
It's been different. Normally when I'm preparing for a play or a show, it's, you know, there's character development that you go through and you're working through rehearsals and stuff like that. But this time it's, instead of just taking a fictional story and presenting it in whatever light you want to, I have to look at history instead. I've been involved in reading the book that John Scopes wrote, Center of the Storm, in preparation for the show, to see really what my character was thinking. I mean, you know, it's written down. It's a different approach, but
Right.
it's been enjoyable.
Right. And most of the characters in the show are historical figures.
Right.
Now, the town folks don't try to impersonate anybody in particular who was a town folk, but we do have 12 jury members.
That's right.
And they have fans, like church fans,
Oh, like the old days.
that have the pictures of all the original jury members on it. So we have men and women and teenage girls as jury members, but they got those pictures of those 12 old men who were the jury in 1925.
I like that. Did you come up with that idea?
Yeah, I didn't have enough men. I didn't have enough men, so I figured.
Not the first year, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked. It worked. And it's
That's a good idea.
it's a theatricalization. It's fun,
Exactly.
and the audience gets a kick out of it.
Sounds like a really good show.
Now, I have heard that the filming for PBS has also gone through as far as the local Cookville. Is that correct?
It looks like Channel 22, WCTE in Cookville, Tennessee, is going to film front page news for broadcast at a future time this year. Actually, it's video, but we call it filming.
Well,
That's really good.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing here. Okay.
That's filming. They'll
Yeah.
be filming.
There you go.
Well, that's good. When are they going to do that now?
They're going to do that the second Saturday. So if you want to be part of the live television audience, come for the matinee at 1 o'clock or the evening show at 7:30 on Saturday, July 22nd. Excuse me, it's not 7:30, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5 p.m. There's 2 matinees on Saturdays, 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
And that's Eastern time.
Eastern time. Yes. Yes, I live a tale of 2 time zones in the summertime with front page news commuting from Crossville to Dayton.
it gets confusing, I tell you, man.
I'm sure.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. And you can get tickets through the Tennessee Valley Theater at 423-365-PLAY. 423-365-PLAY, which is 7529. Let's all say that. 423-365-7529. And you can go to the Scopes Festival, www.scopesfestival.com, for all the details of the festival and the play.
Great announcing skills there, Jim.
I tell you, we're going to have to hire this guy. What do you think?
I know it.
Well, you know, Jim, it's been such a pleasure having you and Matt to come over and tell us about front page news. And folks,
Allie, I think they could participate in last week's trivia before the break.
there we go.
We'll have them try to guess it too. And then we'll go
Me
to
too?
our first break. Yeah,
I can guess? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the question?
She's going to ask us probably 5 questions.
Okay.
10 questions.
Okay.
10, okay.
They're
10.
all history questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you'll like that, Jim.
Who was the Vice President of the United States when Lincoln was assassinated?
Andrew Johnson.
Yeah.
Correct.
Good job.
The first
He's a
human
history
being-
buff. He'll get all these right.
I'm old.
It's movies.
I'm old enough to remember it.
Next week. Okay.
That's when we'll do
Am I
it
doing next week?
Yeah, we're doing that after the break.
Oh, okay. I guess. Okay.
This is last week's trivia.
The first human-made object to land on the moon was launched by what country?
Russia.
United States.
Russia.
Soviet Union.
Soviet Union. There we
Give
go.
me some credit.
Oh, they put an object on the
They
moon,
put an object on the moon. and
but the United States put people on the moon.
That's
Right.
Neil Armstrong.
That's right.
Here we go. Okay.
Founded in 1607, what is considered to be the first permanent English settlement in the New World?
Jamestown,
Good job.
Virginia.
Yeah, there you go.
The use of chopsticks originated in what country?
China.
Yep.
Definitely. I got that one last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Billy.
I
That's my
didn't
grade.
It made me think
That's
so
the
hard.
first one you got last week.
And that is not true. I got a bunch right last
Because
week.
you had help.
Oh, no, we don't
Redbird.
talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That little red bird's not here today.
Yeah. What does the Statue of Liberty hold in her right hand?
A torch.
Yep.
Good job.
We don't know who it's a torch for, but I guess it's a torch for all of the immigrants of the United States, holding the torch
Lights
for.
the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I know France gave us the Statue of Liberty.
Do you know who made it?
I know who made it, no. I just said I knew that France gave it to us. I don't know who made it.
French sculptor.
Starts with an L. Lavache, something like that. Anyway,
It's going to be a weird name.
next.
Okay. The term deja vu comes from what language?
French.
Isn't that right, Matt?
Mr. Dupé probably knows about that.
Parlez-vous français?
The Great Pyramid of Giza is located in what Egyptian city?
The what?
The Great Pyramid of Giza is located
Giza.
Giza.
Cairo.
Is located-
Cairo.
Yes. Who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States?
I don't remember.
No, I don't.
Francis Bellamy.
Didn't know that one.
Oh,
Learn
wow.
something every day. Thank you. I didn't know that one.
See, educational show. Up there.
There you go.
What was the name of the U.S. research project to create nuclear weapons in World War II?
You know that one.
The Manhattan Project, yeah.
You got it, Matt.
In Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and Los Alamos, New Mexico.
Oh, he's even got the location.
Oh, you have no
Extra
clue.
credit there, buddy.
I live close to Oak Ridge, so, you know.
Napoleon suffered defeat at Waterloo in what year?
1814, 12, 12,
1815.
15. New Orleans was 1814. We took a little trip along Colonel
Mississippi, and then
Mississippi. Okay. All right. Well,
Okay, now this last question is an ongoing joke between Billy and Albert about board games and actual sports. So what is the most
Lord.
popular board game of all time?
Chess.
Yes.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense. It had to be chess or Monopoly. Board games go, it's the ones that come to
We
mind.
argued Monopoly last week.
Okay,
Yes,
the next segment we're
yes.
gonna do movies though, and I got you.
That will be this week's trivia, yes.
Okay.
You got confused on that there, didn't you, bud? Thanks for joining us, Jim and
Yes,
Matthew.
indeed. Thank you.
Pleasure.
You guys. And we'll have to come see the show, and you guys can come see the show.
We'd love for you to.
Show the page there, front page news,
Front page
and
news.
say the show times one more time for the listeners.
Okay, go ahead, Matt.
Show times, July 14th at 7:30, July 15th at 1 and 5 p.m., July 16th at 2:30 p.m., July 22nd at 1 and 5 again, and then July 23rd at 2:30, all Eastern time.
And tickets are available at 423-365-7529. Full information at www.scopesfestival.com.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Good to be here. Thanks a lot.
No problem. All right, more of the Albert and Billy Show with my co-host Dan Young after the break. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on Channel 18 Valley TV. And as always, don't forget you can check us out on YouTube, see every episode. Just pull up the Albert and Billy Show on YouTube, and we're on episode 44
44.
today.
Yeah,
It's a good deal.
that is a good deal.
And now we're ready for this week's trivia.
This
Okay.
week's topic is classic movies.
Classic movies. All right.
Everything's a blast from the past today, I see.
That's right. Well, that's the good stuff, dude.
We'll see.
Yeah. Papa, I'll straighten him out.
Depends on how far back we go. I might know some of
The
them.
oldest question is like 1933.
Well, I'm not going to know that one.
Okay. Who was the first female monster to appear in a movie?
First female monster. Do you want the actor's name or the character?
No, I want the character.
The character is the bride from The Bride of Frankenstein. Ella Lancaster was the actress.
Yes.
Okay.
What classic
That was a
film
long time
was
ago.
called
30s.
Production 9401 during filming?
What?
What classic television show?
Film. It was a movie. And they never called it by its name while they were filming. It was Production 9401.
Why did they do that?
Because they didn't want anyone to know what it was.
That sounds like that
Clue.
90210. That's a television show.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
that
Beverly Hills 90210. I know that's not the answer.
No, I didn't know that.
I guess we'll pass on that one.
What color was Dorothy's slippers in the original Wizard of Oz?
In the original, well, in the
Were they red?
No, that's in the
Yellow?
that's in the 19. That's of course that was Ruby.
Ruby slippers.
I would have to say pink.
No.
No.
You want to take a guess?
Yellow?
No.
Blue?
You
Green?
can't just take a guess.
Fuchsia.
No.
Obtuse.
No.
Is that a color? Obtuse?
Dang it, Wizard of Oz.
I'm being obtuse. There we go.
Obtuse is an angle, right?
Say what?
Yes, it is. It is, yes.
Anyway, go ahead.
In the first 2 Jaws films,
Yes.
Jaws, what was the name of the police chief, the character?
Well, Roy Schreider was the actor.
That's the actor.
And just give me a second. Just give me a second. Chief.
Oh, Chief Shark, man.
I give you the actor. Does that count? That was the actor.
It's close.
Roy
I know that's his name in real life, but I don't remember what the character's name. I hadn't seen that movie in a while, though.
I haven't seen it in
It's been a long time.
30, 40 years, maybe. Chief. Just go ahead. It's on the tip of my tongue. I've got it.
Maybe it'll come back to him later.
I've got it.
Okay. What was the name of James Bond's secretary?
No idea.
Moneypenny.
James Bond. What?
Moneypenny.
No.
Not?
Penny Money.
No.
Miss Moneypenny.
No. I mean, that might have been her nickname, but the actress.
Oh, the actress?
Jane. No, her actual name, the character.
James.
Gemma.
Jaws 1 and 2, Chief.
Jill.
They call him Chief. Chief.
Chief Ronnie Bird.
Bird wasn't in Jaws.
I couldn't resist. Okay, producer, give us our next question.
Okay.
We're striking out.
What film was the last sequel to win a Best Picture award? Okay,
Last-
sequels normally don't win.
No,
the
they
awards,
don't.
Oh
but
my
this was
gosh.
the last one that was a sequel that won an award. It's a classic.
Godfather 2.
No.
No.
Jaws 2.
Okay, let me think of a real good one. I'm
Part
sure that
2.
Godfather.
Yeah, there's not many part 2s do that well.
I can't think about these. Are
I
good
don't
ones.
know.
These
Yeah,
are good
Allie,
ones.
like, come on now, give us a break
I
here.
figured this would be easy.
You knew that one?
I knew that.
You knew it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Which screenwriter has received the most Oscar nominations? Just think of famous screenwriters.
Oh yeah, there's so many, they'll just roll off my tongue, I tell you.
Well, they should.
I just keep
I know
up with all them
directors real well,
screenwriters.
but how about
I can't think of one screenwriter.
Steven Spielberg, George Lucas,
No.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Nope.
I'm out.
Oh man! And I was bragging about it. Man, I tell you what, I was bragging how good I was with this stuff.
Well, she's
I got the
making them
first
too
one.
hard.
I got the first one.
These are not too hard.
They're too hard.
They're not too hard. You need a challenge.
We just got one or two right, that should tell you.
Okay. Charlie Chaplin
Yes.
insured which part of his body?
He said
He
what?
what now?
He insured, got insurance on which part of his body?
Well, that's a strange question.
Probably his face,
No.
His whole body.
No.
his feet.
Arm.
Why would that be a question if it was? It would
Okay,
be
his
leg.
feet.
His feet, legs.
Okay, yeah. Charlie Chaplin
Feet.
went around like this.
Okay.
His feet. Okay. Hey, all right.
Well, finally, we got, what, two right? Two or three?
In
Come on, 3.
1933,
1933. Yes.
which movie was the first one to have a sequel?
No, I'm not going
First
to know this,
sequel.
Dan.
1933.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
No.
Dracula.
No.
The Mummy.
No.
Phantom of the Opera.
No.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Huh?
Phantom of the Opera have a sequel?
Yes.
I don't know.
Lon Chaney was the original Phantom of the Opera.
1933.
His son was the
you
original
lost me
Wolfman.
on that.
Did you know that? Well, yeah. Well,
Okay, I will give you a hint, Billy.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll know. Do you remember when I did my movie reviews?
Mm-hmm.
What was one of the movies I talked about with Tom Hiddleston?
with who?
Tom Hiddleston, an actor. It's really
Sherlock Holmes.
No, that's different actor.
I'm going to start calling you Albert. You're making
Well,
these
he
hard
was
on
in.
purpose.
He was in the story, the Mozart story.
Who?
Tom Holtz.
I don't know. These are tough, Allie.
And the last question.
Okay, we got to get it. We got to get it.
What was
Okay.
Clint Eastwood's first film in 1970?
Come on.
I know this
man.
one. No, I know it.
Say it then, please.
Play Misty for me.
No.
Oh, was that his first? It was a Western.
I don't know if it was a Western or not.
Oh,
It doesn't sound like a Western.
it doesn't? Well, that's all I really know
Clint
him
Eastwood's
from.
first film. Well, I thought it was Play Misty. Well, no. He did some television bits. Hey, folks, I tell you what, you've got a lot of things to look up there, and we'll tell you the answers next week, right?
Yeah, boy, there'll be a lot of answers to reveal next week, won't they?
Clint Eastwood's first movie, I thought it was Play Misty for me. But anyway, hey, I was
I
wrong.
don't know.
Really surprised at the lack of answers.
Really surprised?
Classic movies, have I ever told you I'm a classic movie buff? No.
Chief Barnes? No, it's not Barnes.
He's still trying to get the Jaws one, yeah.
I will give you the answer to that one just because.
Please do.
I know what it feels like. Okay, it was Martin Brody.
Brody! It started with a B.
Brody, okay.
Started with a B. Okay.
And then once they say it,
Good
yeah, it
movie,
comes
though.
back to you.
Can I just say that after watching Jaws, I was so unimpressed?
Even as a kid, you were?
Yeah.
The first one?
Like, all of them.
Oh, okay. Did you see it in the movie
You
theater?
must not have been, no, there's no way.
Okay, the first Jaws, yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that came out before. Okay, I got one for you. What was the first movie that you could buy on VHS tape?
Ooh.
Was it Jaws?
Superman.
Superman, okay.
Which Superman? The very first one?
I'm
The
sure.
first Superman?
I would think so.
The first full-length movie, Superman. Yeah.
Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cost me $75.
Yeah, those things used to be high.
And
Used
VHS
to be very
players.
expensive.
VHS player was $698. I bought it from Sears.
When did they come on the scene? The 70s, 80s?
No, not the 80s. It was mid 70s.
Mid 70s. That's when the VCRs come along, huh?
Right. Mid 70s. But very
And it was
expensive.
DVD players. It's always something else.
First movie I bought was $75.
No, it's
VHS.
And was it Superman?
Superman.
Wow.
First one available. At least in Boulder, Colorado.
Well, we'll
What are we doing, buddy?
attempt to do some sports for you. There's not a whole lot going on in the world of sports. A major tennis tournament gets underway next week, Dan. Wimbledon gets underway, but that's next week.
That's sports?
That's sports, yeah.
Oh, man. Let's talk about
Heck yeah, tennis will
Okay, I've got a
exhaust
question.
you, buddy.
I've got a question. Have you heard if they have hired a new football coach, Bledsoe County High School?
No, I
I haven't
haven't.
heard that. So if anybody knows,
You've not heard either.
haven't heard, or the basketball coach.
I don't think they've made a decision yet.
But of course, last week was the anniversary of Pat Summitt passing away. And,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Pat. We miss you.
A lot.
Badly.
A lot. 3 players of the Tennessee Lady Vols have left in the off season. I've not told you. Diamond DeShields left this
You're
week.
kidding me.
No, so they're done. They are. They're done.
I have no
That's
idea.
the best player on the team. So
you know,
she's the 3rd one to leave in the off season.
I mean, Holly's a nice person. Don't get me wrong. I'm
Yeah.
not talking bad about Holly Warlick, but they need
Well,
a
she
new
can't coach though. She can't coach.
She's a
It's
great
time to
assistant.
realize
She's really
it.
a good assistant.
She is, and she should have stuck to that.
Yeah.
And now the program is suffering so much, it's going to be hard for when they do get a decent coach. They're going to have their hands full getting us back to where we were because she's destroying the program.
So Pat, we miss you, darling.
A lot. And it was the wrong decision to have her
Chief Brody.
as your replacement.
Brody.
Yeah, after she told you.
Oh, she told me?
Yeah.
I'm playing, folks. Yeah, just lighten up the thing. Yeah, we do that. You know, Billy and I get together for those of you who don't know, on Friday mornings generally, between 8 and 8:30. We do our bit and our
On
shtick,
WUAT?
Our shtick, WUAT, 1110 on your AM listening dial. And frankly, we have a great time at it. Allie, you ever
Yeah.
listen to us in the morning, on Friday mornings? Oh, we have a good time.
She's going to start.
I try to get him up, folks. I'm going to tell you straight. I try to get him up on Thursday mornings, but forget it. Yeah.
Every now and then I'll surprise him.
I didn't
Every
get any
now and
sleep
then.
last night. That cat got all over me. He came into my bed and he did his thing in my bed. I
Now
said,
they
"Well,"
did do that once. Some stupid kittens. They did.
I said, Billy. They did.
They did.
I'd say bye to the cat. Yeah. But anyway.
And I
he can't do that. You know,
I did say bye to that one, though. That was to a giveaway.
Yeah, this guy, you know, folks, has a great heart.
Oh, thank you.
He loves all kinds of animals. He sees a stray, he brings them in. Now if I can just get him hitched. He needs a wife, a good Christian wife. That's right.
That loves to clean house and cook.
Right. And the Braves got rid of one of the
Back to sports. Oh, yeah, you was talking about the Braves. Yeah, back to Pat Summitt, though.
Yes.
You can watch Candace Parker play. She's on ESPN a lot. She's in the WNBA. She plays for the Los Angeles Sparks. They're defending champs.
Yes.
I think that she's the best female player to ever play.
Now, Lindsey Keener.
But she's wearing orange shoes all month long in honor of Pat Summitt. So I like that.
Well, Lindsey Keener is in the Best of the Preps magazine in the Times Free Press today, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah, picture of her. Yeah.
She should have a breakout
year. I can't wait till next. Yeah, the whole team's back. I mean, you know, in regionals, we lost to the eventual state champions by just 18 points.
Yeah, Upperman.
Now, and you know, our young ladies hadn't competed against that kind of competition before, but they have now.
No, and you go
and
in
the whole team
first.
The whole team's coming back, folks. I mean, and yeah, I'm psyched. You know,
I think they'll have a great year. I really do.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really like ladies basketball. In fact, I like all the sports.
And I think Upperman lost that little point guard. I'm hoping she graduated.
Well, didn't she go to UT?
No, but she went somewhere big.
Yeah.
Holly didn't get in on her fast enough, and she went somewhere else. So go figure.
Well,
she'll be gone at least for Bledsoe to play. I think she graduated. I hope she graduated. I hope she did.
The thing about Upperman is that they were very physical, and a lot of things should be called that weren't. But anyway.
I'm trying to think of what town Upperman County is, but I can't think of it. But
they're
always really good.
No.
But yeah, the Lady Warriors should have a really great year coming up. Lindsay is the only senior, right?
I think there's two.
There'll be another
Lindsay
one.
and Kristen.
Okay.
Kristen is too, I believe. So.
Yeah, Allie don't know anything about sports, so don't ask her nothing.
You don't like sports?
Oh. She's not American, I tell you.
Yes, she is.
But they'll be loaded with juniors and sophomores, so they're still going to be young and very good. So that's exciting.
They're great. Allie is French, and she really took a liking to Matt, who we had on earlier in the show from Front Page News.
Mr. Dupree, a French name there.
She goes, "Parlez-vous français, big boy?" Yeah, that's Allie. Woo! Anyway. But anyway, the Atlanta Braves.
What about the Braves? Yeah.
They just cut one of their, well, it used to be one of their best pitchers. In fact, several years back, I guess about 13 years ago, he won the American League Cy Young Award.
Oh, really?
His last name's Colon.
Okay.
C-O-L-O-N now. Whether that's the way that's pronounced or not, I'm not quite sure.
It's got to be one of the two.
But anyway.
When was this decision made?
Yesterday. But the Braves are only 9 games back, and they're in second place.
Well, that's a huge turnaround then.
It is from last year. Remember last year?
It was a disaster.
We've been talking about it.
It was pitiful.
And congratulations to the Florida Gators. I know we have a lot of Florida fans out in our listening audience.
Yes, we do.
Congratulations to the Gators.
They won the baseball championship.
It was all SEC. You know, I was talking to the folks on the air the other morning, Billy. I don't know if you're listening or not, but if you notice, folks, I will debate this with anybody. The finest football conference in the land? Who, Billy?
Definitely the SEC, yes.
Working on the finest basketball conference in the land?
Yeah, I think it's SEC.
The championship for baseball was?
SEC. Almost won it in softball.
That's right.
Won it in women's basketball.
Yeah.
And Kentucky was right there in men's basketball. They got
wasn't the finals in ladies basketball SEC?
All SEC.
All SEC.
Yes.
So, you know, don't talk to me about what, you know, you say the Big 10 or Big 12 or what?
No.
SEC.
Yeah, they don't compare.
Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, it was Mississippi State and South Carolina. Mississippi State, you know, upset UConn.
Yeah.
And they're big winning streak. So
well, that was a good ball game, too.
That was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That little girl, they called her Itty Bitty.
Itty Bitty.
She dominated, didn't she, against UConn?
Itty Bitty dominated.
Yes, they couldn't stop her.
Could not stop her. That was a great game.
Well, I laughed. I loved every second of that game.
But football season's coming up. Looks like the Tennessee Vols have a pretty good football team, Billy.
Yeah, I want to get my hopes up and say yes. Last year was a little bit of a disappointment. I hope we can turn it around because Holly's not the only person. Butch is too.
But you know, their strength this year really will be their defense, I believe. Mm-hmm. I think they have a lot of, they have a couple of good quarterbacks coming up. Of course, Dobbs, he got...
losing him, we'll see how that affects us.
Yeah, he got picked by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah.
Awesome.
Your team. That's right.
My favorite team. Well, that's good.
And if Roethlisberger has an injury or whatever, guess who's going to be in there right now?
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, he's a Steeler. Hopefully
That's
he makes
awesome.
the team.
I hope he does too.
Hopefully he makes the team.
I think we'll feel the effects of his loss. Hopefully, though, we're ready by now.
Yeah.
I don't think Butch has gave an announcement of who's going to start yet for the quarterback situation.
No, not yet.
But it's two young guns battling it out, and
big arms.
I just hope
big arms.
I hope they can bring us back to, we need a good 10-win season at least. I think Butch has to get 10 wins this year.
Or it might cost him his job if he doesn't. I mean, frankly, and he's had a really good recruiting year this year too. So.
Yeah, I can't knock him on his recruiting. He's done great on that. It's just now getting it to play out on the field. Okay. The talent is there.
It is there.
But I can't wait to start winning.
I can't wait for football. I have no idea what Bledsoe County has as far as football, folks, and I have to apologize. I really don't.
No, I don't either.
The starting quarterback graduated, the starting running back graduated.
Well, they lost a lot then. They lost a lot.
I know they had some really good youngsters coming up out of junior high.
Mm-hmm.
But what they got this year, but we will find out.
We'll see. It's hard to make an impact your freshman year. We might be a couple years away from a really good team.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
The boys basketball team.
Turn out the lights.
They lost Riley, didn't they?
They lost Riley.
Yeah.
Hey, they're going to fight, and you never know what kids are going to come in. They've got a lot of
and pick up the slack.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
I am such a big fan of those youngsters who are on the team now.
Mm-hmm.
Some really fine young men. And they love doing interviews for WUAT too, by the way.
They do. We'll have to get them up here right before the season starts, which is around the 1st of November.
Yeah, I really like Dalton. I love his attitude.
Oh, Dawson Frechette. Yes.
He's great. But
I used to coach. You said Dalton, yeah.
It's hot in here. I'm sweating.
It is hot.
My old timers is kicking in.
Dawson, I
apologize.
He's a cool little player. I used to coach him.
He's got the great
tough
attitude,
as nails.
He
is. Yeah.
No fear.
None at all.
None come on.
He got hurt. I think every year I coached him, and it was from hustling. He out hustled everybody. And he'll be back. I think he'll just be a junior, I believe.
Yeah.
And so they may have a pretty good year, but it's going to be hard to replace Riley. They'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, Riley played in the, the All-Star game, Tennessee, Georgia.
I've seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, he scored, I think, 14 points.
That's great.
So.
I've seen that in the paper, so he got picked, I guess, to go to that.
That's right, big honor.
That's an honor to do that, and then to score 14 points, that's great.
Yeah, I think he's going to school in Georgia.
That's what I was about to ask. Where did he sign?
I can't remember. I don't have it in front of me, but I think somewhere in Georgia. But anyway, great kid.
And he did get a scholarship,
yes,
so that's great.
Yeah,
that's good to hear.
He'll be a good asset to any team.
The girl from Van Buren County, Lakeland Bolden, had a great freshman season for UTC.
She did.
I think she'll be even better next year, this upcoming year. Yeah.
I mean, college ball is a lot different than high school ball.
Yeah, it's a huge adjustment for them. But she had a great freshman year. I was really glad to see that because Spencer is right next door to us, and I think she'll have a really big sophomore year this year for Jim Foster and UTC, and I'm sure they'll have another good year.
Okay,
he's a Hall of Fame coach, though.
Is Spencer the city you drive through going over to McMinnville?
Yes.
Going past Fall Creek Falls?
Yeah.
Okay.
We share Fall Creek Falls with Spencer, Bledsoe and Van Buren County. Share it, and we're neighboring counties. So she grew up really close to here, just a county away, And she's doing really good over at UTC. So
she's one of my Facebook friends, by the way.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah. She never posts anything, but hey, who am I? You know,
well, she's probably practicing. Hopefully.
Probably is.
Hopefully.
Working in the weight room. That's right.
Well, that is about got it for sports. Not a whole lot going on.
And you said we didn't have anything, see?
We didn't have a whole lot to work with, did we?
You know, hey, at least I don't have any sports trivia.
Hell, I would do awesome at that, Allie.
Yeah, I've seen you on sports trivia on the other 43 shows. So.
I like my sports trivia. Hey, I can do that. I make them do sports trivia.
Okay.
But anyway, that's it for sports.
Go ahead.
And coming up after the break, we will attempt to bring you some Albertology in a different version of that. But
There's no way we can do Albertology like Pawpaw.
No. We're just going to wing it and try. He's the master of Albertology.
That's right.
But that's coming up after the break, right here on the Albert and Billy Show. You're watching on Channel 18, Valley TV, and on YouTube.
Peace.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on Channel 18, Valley TV. With my co-host Dan Young today. How you doing, Dan?
Good, buddy.
Still here, hanging in there.
That's right.
And we're going to talk about, since we had guests here, about the Scopes trial. We're going to talk about that as part of our Albertology, because he's always talking about history and things like that.
That's right. Scopes trial, excellent.
Yeah.
You know, that started, you know, when guys get together like at Scotty's, okay, and they get just to, you know, talking and whatever.
Yeah.
That's how that whole thing got started.
Really?
A couple of guys got together. There were a couple of lawyers. One guy who owned a business and came from out east. And his name was Rapelier.
Rapelier, what a name.
Yeah, but anyway, they got to trying to figure out how they could bring business to Dayton. And they're just sitting around this, you know, drugstore, basically is what it is. But during those days, everyone sat
those
around.
were big back then, though.
Yeah, they did their sodas and everything. Well, they were just talking, and they were trying to figure out how they could bring business to Dayton. And so Rapelier knew about the new law that said you could not teach the theory of evolution in schools. Now, the funny thing about it is that the textbook that Scopes used to teach from, now, he wasn't a full-time biology teacher, he was just filling in. But, but that book, okay, that he taught from, was bought by the school district and provided to him from the state. So he's using the book that's provided him by the state to teach.
That's weird, isn't
but he knew what he was getting into.
Had to.
Because they figured it would bring business to Dayton if they had a trial there.
Okay.
Over this law. Okay.
So he was thinking publicity too, wasn't he? Didn't know that.
So yeah, it was all about publicity. Scopes was in on it. He knew it. He said, "Sure, you know." Yeah. He says, "Well, am I going to be arrested?" And one of the members of the school board comes up to him and said, "Well, only if you want to be."
Wow.
So anyway, they bring in the photographers. They sign out the warrant, whatever, you know, and
wow,
that's how it all got started.
Okay.
So this got picked up by a reporter out of Baltimore. His name's H.L. Mencken. And it just started steamrolling. And eventually, William Jennings Bryan was the lead attorney for the prosecution. And at one point, he was Secretary of State of the United States.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he also ran for President of the United States.
Wow.
Very big name back then. And
so it brought some big names to Dayton, Tennessee, didn't it?
Clarence Darrow, you know, a world famous atheist. I'm not quite sure he was really, I think he's more of an agnostic. But anyway, the two big legal minds of the day all came to Dayton, Tennessee.
That's crazy.
And the rest is history. That's right.
Their little plan worked, didn't it?
It did, and you know it.
But as Jim was saying, it didn't in some ways.
It didn't bring in nearly as much business as they thought. It brought in a lot of people, but they really weren't spending that much money. But it was like a three-ring circus. I mean, just all kinds of things going on. But the trial, a couple of interesting things I'll share with the audience. The trial lasted 8 days, but the jury.
It's a long time.
The jury only got to sit in the courtroom for 3 hours.
What?
Yeah, because the prosecution didn't want any of the defense witnesses to be heard. There were a couple, but the experts, they didn't want any expert testimony. So also during this this court hearing, it was so hot in the Dayton, of course they didn't have air conditioning, and it was packed out. I don't know if you've seen pictures from that day.
Yes.
But
no wonder they looked like they were hot. They were.
But they ended up going outside.
That was smart.
Okay. They actually had court outside on the courthouse.
You don't see that anymore.
I tell you what, some of those bailiffs would be having a hard time. You know,
they would be. Yes.
Yeah. You
but
can't
anyway,
speak. But anyway, you know, it's just a fantastic production. Of course, y'all heard Jim Crabtree earlier. Fantastic director. I was telling Billy, in fact, I was talking to Allie. Did you ever see the Shawshank Redemption?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
His college roommate played the warden in the Shawshank Redemption, and actually he has actually performed over at the Cumberland Playhouse.
Okay.
So,
yeah, Jim is over the cover, was like the director out there for many, many years, wasn't he?
Yeah, producing director for 35 years, and he is like a advisory producing director. Now, you know, he helps out the young man doing it right now.
Right.
But he likes his history.
Does he take an intern in every year, or how does it work?
Several interns. Allie, you'd probably enjoy that. Yeah.
Well, what do they have to do that?
Just go over there, audition and apply, and you know.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and you learn everything. You know, we're talking about Carrie Hassler. You know, Carrie was telling us folks that at one point she was also an intern over at Cumberland Playhouse.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember when that was, but it wasn't a long, long time ago, though.
No. But anyway, to get back to Scopes, a couple more things. Scopes was convicted, and it was at the suggestion of the defense. The defense said, "Well, we'll just go ahead, since we're not going to be able to have any witnesses testify.
Right.
We'll just, you know, suggest that John pleads guilty. That way we can take it to appeal, take it to a higher court." And so he was found guilty. Got a $100 fine. That's it. And he didn't have to pay for that.
But boy, they sure showed him, didn't they, Allie?
Yeah.
Now that is a joke. That's crazy. So that tells you it's for publicity right there.
Yeah, and I found out last
time. And he didn't pay it.
No.
Who
and he ended up writing a book. I mean, he didn't teach anymore, but at least
he got rich. He wrote a book and probably got rich off of it.
You know, he was.
And he was a substitute teacher.
Substitute teacher, correct.
But a lot of people didn't know that.
Well, for that class at any rate, he was substituting for that biology class. In fact, I think someone told me that he had only been teaching for like 3 days or something. So.
Goodness.
Anyway, yeah.
That's crazy.
But it was all set up. You know, that's what's interesting about it.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, and then, you know, what Jim was talking about, the movie, Inherit the Wind.
Yeah, and I hate to say, but I don't think I'd ever heard of Inherit the Wind. Is that so? It's about the Scopes trial.
Well, it angered a lot of folks over in Dayton because
of how they were portrayed.
And it really had nothing to do with the original court documents. They turned it into a love story. You know, Jim disagrees with me on this. I've been in one of his Inherit the Winds at the Playhouse, and of course, Front Page News over in Dayton. I think Front Page News is a much better production.
Is it?
Yeah, Jim really enjoys Inherit the Wind because he has that affinity for it. But
okay.
But he loves Front Page News too. So.
But Inherit the Wind is the one that added fiction to it.
Yeah, some great actors were in the movie. Spencer Tracy was in the movie.
Oh, he's a legendary actor.
Allie, you know who Spencer Tracy is? Yeah, great actor.
Legendary actor.
Yeah, he was in it, but
I don't understand why they added a love story to it. That is strange.
They did.
That's weird, isn't it? The Scopes trial, the last thing you think of is romance.
You think a lot about monkeys.
Yeah, and that's not romantic, but okay.
That's not romantic, not at all.
That's Hollywood for you, though.
Yeah. Changing the subject real quick. Do you know, starting tomorrow, okay, tomorrow is July 1st, you know, we're filming this on the 30th. Starting tomorrow, instead of putting a no trespassing sign up in your yard, if you don't want trespassers, you can paint a tree purple.
You can?
New law. That's right. In fact,
those 100 new laws.
Yeah,
Well, they don't have nothing better to do.
all kinds of things.
Allie, you need to paint your trees purple tonight.
That's right.
That's funny, especially if people actually do that.
And also, banks will be able to charge 30% interest on credit card accounts beginning Saturday, up from the current 21%.
Yeah, and this is out of the Bledsonia, and they listed a lot of them.
Well, I didn't read of it, but yeah, they've got several. But
law changes, 100 new laws though, and I think that's crazy. That's too many. That's too many. And who's going to think to paint a tree purple?
And gas goes up 4 cents a gallon, but for you and me, folks, starting Saturday, food tax goes down a penny from 5% to 4%.
Oh, good.
So that's a good thing.
Good.
Yeah. At least they're making a slim attempt to help the little guy out.
Yeah, exactly.
And kudos to Senator Corker. He, you know, they're doing this Republican health care bill, you know, behind closed doors and everything. But he said that he doesn't think that the tax break they're going to give to the extremely wealthy, like billionaires, he doesn't think that's a good idea. And he kind of thinks that a lot of the other Republicans like that too.
Good.
So hopefully, you know,
Good.
I don't know, I'm a big fan of doing health care like France does health care, England, Canada, you know, all kinds of, you know, the majority of other Western civilized nations give free health care.
Yeah, most of them do that.
Yeah.
They do.
But yeah, a lot of new laws, folks. I imagine you can probably go on the state website and find out exactly what, but I just want to tell everybody.
Seems like they do this every year, don't they?
Yeah, I remember our state senator, Paul Bailey, last year had something to do with pet skunks. Remember that one? I don't know if it passed or not. But
I remember a little bit about that, yeah, I do.
Yeah, all kinds of things.
It is, if you can read about it in the Bledsonia, and I'm sure you can go to, like Dan said, the website and check it out. We need to remind people the food bank is right next door to us now. In case you didn't know, they're at the Old Warrior Sporting Goods
store, and they've got plenty, folks. So don't be thinking, well, they don't have it. Yeah, they do. They've got a really good relationship going on with the Chattanooga Food Bank right now.
Yes.
But
yeah, tell people about that real quick.
Well, it's just you know, we don't want anybody in Bledsoe County, or you know, this is for Bledsoe County residents only.
Yes.
But
yes.
all you have to do is bring proof of residency, an ID, or electric bill, water bill. Go over to the Bledsoe County Food Bank, just a block down the street here from us, here at Nipple Road, WUAT.
Yes.
And they'll hook you up with a big, huge box of, maybe 2 boxes of food. It's
That's
you know,
great.
it's there. Now it's Monday, Billy. Mondays from 9 to 2.
Okay.
And Thursdays from 2 to 5.
2 to 5.
Is where you can do that. They also accept donations during those hours, and they're always looking for volunteers. And,
always.
That's right.
And yeah, you can make them a donation. I don't have the address, but you can go by there and make donations.
Yeah, it's P.O. Box Book, but on Mondays and Thursdays I give it on the air.
You can go by there, yeah.
Yeah, you can go by there when they're open. It's great.
I try to tell people, on Mondays and Thursdays that they're open, and to go by there and check it out and make donations of food, money. They need both.
That's
you
right.
know, they can never get too much of that. So help out the Bledsoe County Community Food Bank. That's been a long time coming.
And
finally got it here.
And they're doing great.
Good.
They're doing great.
That's good to hear.
You know, that started as a ministry of the Ministerial Association here. And then they made it into a lay ministry, and they had 2 representatives from each of the churches in the Ministerial Association, and they took off with it. They've got all kinds of things, great things going on. But yeah,
now it's turned
no
into
sense for you
something
going
good.
hungry ever.
No.
Not in Bledsoe County.
No.
Speaking of counties, somebody was telling me that we've got about 20 inmates over at the jail from Ray County. Everyone hear about that story?
Now that is real recent news. Yes, Ray County Jail has been shut down.
Well,
and that's just a fact.
Well, they've had to,
They had to.
they've had to cut their inmate population by 50% in 30 days and all the way down to 87 in 60 days.
Now that's true. Now that may save them. They may not be completely shut down. We don't know yet on that. I do think though they will be made to build a new jail. I think the state will probably give them some choices, and they're going to strongly recommend to do that.
Well, our state,
because they're very overpopulated over there.
That's ridiculous. I mean, 11 guys in a 4-guy cell.
You can't do that. And,
I mean,
and a female was found
dead last week,
and that's the second one within a year.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised nothing happened from the first incident. To be honest with you, the second one, they're not going to let that go.
Yeah.
And 20 of the inmates have been shipped over here to Bledsoe jail. So
I mean, our fine state representative Ron Travis. I mean, we know Ron very well, great guy. He did get a $200,000 grant just for a new roof on the old courthouse. So I'm sure Ron can probably swing
it can be done, and I'm sure he's working on that because I'm sure they're in crisis mode right now.
Yeah, I mean,
it was unexpected, and they're having to do a whole lot in a very short amount of time. And it's not easy to get other counties to take all your inmates. And I know Pikeville helped them out, so I'm glad Pikeville was able to do that. But there's only so many they can take, or they'll be overcrowded too, and they can't risk that.
That's right. And I know it's not always easy for inmates to take other counties.
No, it sure isn't.
I had to, come on. Anyway.
Well, we can end the show with some of the redneck jokes. You got a couple redneck.
Okay, folks, right here. I recommend it. It's at Bledsoe County Public Library. I've got about 1 minute to read you some. This is Jeff Foxworthy's Redneck Dictionary 2. So I'm going to read you a couple, Billy. You ready?
I am.
I'm just going to open up the book.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Okay, I'm going to open up the book. Okay, gallon.
Gallon.
Now, he says it is a reference to the location of a female person. Okay?
Okay.
The one with the jug is ugly, but that gallon, the horse ain't too bad.
Oh, got it.
Got it? Okay, I didn't like that one. Geyser. A judgment or declaration concerning a group of males. Those guys are idiots?
Yeah.
Guys are idiots.
I've heard that many a time.
You heard this one? Okay, let's do Oreos.
Oreos, that'll be interesting.
Okay. A male person's obligations under certain circumstances. Okay, here we go. Either he brings back my lawnmower or he owes me.
There you go.
$100. Get her done. You got time for one more?
You might be a redneck if.
You might be a redneck if.
One more.
Okay, one more. Here we go. Okay. Aorta. Aorta is involving a suggestion for action.
Okay.
Well, aorta, tear that down and start over. There you go. I got a whole book of them.
I've heard so many of those in real life too. So
I can do that all day.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I love Jeff.
I ought to tear that house down, get her done.
That's right. Well, thanks for watching us today. Thanks for filling in today, Dan.
My pleasure.
Hope you've had a good time.
Yes, indeed.
And thanks for our special guest today also. And join us next time. Papa should be back. Hopefully he's feeling better.
Yes, Papa.
And ready to come back. But thanks for watching us on Channel 18 Valley TV, the Albert and Billy Show. And don't forget you can watch us on YouTube. All 44 episodes of Albert and Billy Show are on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. So long.